What's up, everybody? Welcome
Yes,
back to the
guys!
Sink Boys podcast, where we sink boys. Yikes!
Yikes!
You know what we do? We talk about the NBA, we talk about the NHL. You know, it's not the NFL season, but we'll get to that at some point. NBA Finals. Series is tied. It's 2-2. It's head back to Cali, back to San Fran.
Back to the Bay.
Back to the Bay. What do you got for us, Joe Gerbina, our expert Golden State analyst?
Okay. I'm going to treat this like a 10-page essay. Dude, that's a heavy expectation, but no. My point is that I'm going to come in with 3 major points. One of them is going to be Steph's legacy and how well he's actually playing. 2 is going to be the real reasons why the Warriors are winning. And 3 is going to be the comparison and effect on a basketball game that Jordan Poole has compared to D'Angelo Russell, who very well could have been on this team.
All right, let's save that for last.
I said that last. What else did you want me to do, bro? You're a big chronological guy. Everything has to be in order.
I think we should do Steph's legacy before that and do the second thing you said first.
That's what I said. 1, 2, and 3.
No, I think we should go 2, 1, 3.
I said Steph's legacy first.
I know. I think we should do that second.
All right. Here we go.
So the real reasons why the Warriors are winning the games that they're winning, not the series.
Is Kevon Looney. Kevon Looney, Jack knows this. Game 3, clearly, I don't have the Game 3 box score up right now, but I'm pretty sure Boston.
He played just under 17 minutes, and Boston now rebounded by 16.
That's exactly the numbers that I was hoping to get. Nice job, kid. I love it. Yeah, so like the Boston and Golden State are actually very in similar situations where it's not that easy to get baskets because they're both sound defensively, especially like working as a team, closing out, switching, etc. So there's only a couple X factors that have nothing to do with team defense or team offense, which is rebounding. Rebounding is purely fundamental. Right place, right time, boxing out the most important guy or everyone if you can, and then vertical. Wiggins is able to use his vertical to his advantage rebounding, but a lot of his rebounding is effort. So like he's going to be on the floor no matter what. He's not coming out of lineup. But the fact that Kerr has been sitting either Draymond or Looney is fucking ludicrous. Lunacy.
Wow.
To me. Because the thing that's won these Warriors a lot of games in these playoffs is being able to out-rebound. Like, who did they play? They definitely out-rebounded the Grizzlies when we thought that was not going to be the case whatsoever. They definitely rebounded the Mavs. Also thought that was a little suspect. But, and then the Nuggets really, they were so undermanned. I'm not even going to that. But as small a lineup as the Warriors play with, it's surprising to see that they can out-rebound teams. And that ends up being the thing, in my eyes, the by far most important thing that they do. Every single game that they win, I'm pretty sure they won the rebound battle. When you look at the games that they lost, they probably lost the rebound battle by at least 10. Because at the end of the day, what it is, the Warriors shoot a lot of perimeter shots. They're either making layups that are really good shots because they were created by ball movement, and back screens and all that. Or they're very far perimeter shots, which is a lot of long rebounds and a lot of offensive rebounding opportunity. But when you get out of long shots like that, is lower field goal percentages, so there are a lot of missed shots that the Warriors get. My point is, game 4, Draymond had 5 offensive boards, Wiggins had 3 offensive boards, and Looney had 4 offensive rebounds. Wiggins and Looney between the two had 27 rebounds. You add Draymond into that, that's 36 rebounds between 3 guys that all average around 6-8. Like, dude. And then specifically, if we're going to talk about impact on the game, I didn't get the number together, but
Are you talking about game 4?
Yeah, game 4, like second chance points. Do you have that number?
Second chances? No. I was just going to say Draymond's impact on game 4. Dude, he's fouled out twice and he's gotten 3 fouls twice. And in game 4, he had a massive impact. He had 9 boards, 8 assists, 4 steals.
And only 2 turnovers and only 3 fouls. I mean, dude, when you're ISO'd pretty much on the best player that they have on the floor pretty much every possession, they definitely attack Curry a lot. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
so your first major point was Looney. I completely agree. He needs to get way more time. I don't know why he doesn't start every game, because the Celtics are definitely like a hot start team. They need to start well in order to, like, they showed in game 1 that they could be a late comeback, put up a bunch of points on you, like big fourth quarter team, but they're generally like a start fast kind of team. And you get Looney in there for some rebounds. I just wanted to go over Draymond's impact because I went through his game logs for all 4 games, and it seems like when he starts getting BS fouls called like early in the games, his impact won't be as strong because he can't defend as aggressively. So he's an aggressive defender. He's a Hall of Fame defender. So game 1 fouled out. His first foul was with 9 minutes left in the third. His first foul. He fouled out with 48 seconds left in the fourth. He had 3 fouls from 3 minutes to 48 seconds in the fourth quarter.
game 1?
But in game 1, he had 11 boards and 5 assists. Game 2, 3 personal fouls. He had 9 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Great game. Pretty good game. Game 3 fouled out with 4 minutes left in the fourth. Horrible game. 4 boards, 3 assists. People are saying, oh, it's tough to see Draymond only has 2 points and he's got to be better than that. It's like, I don't think you've ever watched the Warriors or Draymond. He's just the furthest thing from a scorer. He cuts hard. He knows the game really well. Incredibly high basketball IQ, but he's just not a basket scorer. And game 4, massive game. I think he only had 4 points or 6 points or something. 9 boards, 8 assists, 4 steals.
See, he had 9 rebounds, 5 of them were offensive. I need to know the answer to my second chance points question. I mean, specific instances under 5 minutes when the Warriors went on their 15-3 run to really decide the game. That was the first time that there was any type of, that this game is going in one direction. That was a great game, start to finish. But Andrew Wiggins, nobody else on either team. I mean, there's like 1 or 2 guys underneath the rim for the Celtics, but the rest of the guys are already moving up the court for the defensive possession for Golden State. And Wiggins is out here out-rebounding 2 guys on the offensive glass and then laying it back up. In a game where it's literally possession to possession, every single play counts from start to finish. Offensive rebounds are fucking demoralizing for the team that's not getting a defensive board. And then it's such a saving grace. It's such a save. Because you can have a fucking terrible possession, terrible couple possessions, But if you're able to have somebody that is going to put in the effort to get offensive boards and get points on the board, dude, it's so great. It's such a relief watching it.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. You know, Clay takes like a bullshit fadeaway in the corner. You're like, oh no, like, and then Wiggins snags it out of the air and lays it up. It's like, you're the fucking man. Thank you. But
All right, so game 3, I just had a little bit. I've been complaining about the reffing pretty much the whole series. I did a counting of just free throw attempts per game, and it's pretty even. Golden State has 15 free throw attempts in 3 of the games, and Boston has 19, 24, and 16 and as their lowest. Or wait, no. But there's one game where Boston had less free throw attempts, but game 3 was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. Draymond fouled out. Boston had 9 more free throw attempts. Celtics are a fast start team. They outscored the Warriors by 11 in the first quarter. Looney only played under 17 minutes. The Warriors got out rebounded by 16. Tatum, Brown, and Smart all had 24 at least, and at least 3 threes each. And just on top of all that, the Warriors aren't getting any calls. And what was the final score? They lost by 16 or something. It was 116 to 100.
yeah, that's exactly right.
It's like, and did Steph play? Oh yeah. Steph played the whole. I'm
not as bothered by the refs' performance per se as a lot of other people in this series, because there are going to be games where the refs clearly have an agenda to be able to control the game. Like dude, I don't know if you heard, but Draymond in the finals, Draymond had a T already. He had a technical foul. And there was one of those scuffles that he had with Jaylen Brown. And you know the ref that is like in New York, quote unquote, that like they bring in on the TV.
Yeah.
So I think his name's Steve Javy. He comes on and they're like, what do you think about this play? What would you call here? And he's like, well, you have to take into consideration who the player is and do they have a technical already? And is this play worth an ejection? Like, they're thinking about the game and how they're going to affect the game. They're not looking at this play as an individual account. They're looking at it, how it's going to affect the whole game. There's always a fucking agenda is what I'm saying. But he pretty much said that and kind of revealed a little bit too much of the process. But, dude, Draymond can be an asshole sometimes, and he's going to be an asshole. Like, it is what it is. The ticky-tacky fouls, I feel like we haven't seen a lot of them. I feel like there have been actually good calls in this series. I know a lot of them. Dude, that game that you're talking about was bullshit. There was a lot of calls. Really, there was just no calls going against Boston. I think that the fouls on Golden State were fouls, but I don't think that Boston was getting called for a single. I also can't remember it. I could just remember my emotions from that game where I was just like, all right.
It was pretty egregious most of the time. A lot of it was like really ticky-tack, like Draymond didn't even touch them. And just because his arm was like this instead of like this, he got called. And Marcus Smart is like reaching in literally all over everybody, and they're not getting called or anything. And he's earned that reputation as like defensive player of the year and all this stuff. And you get a couple non-calls for earning that.
Dude, I think another thing is the general public is not as educated as we would like to think on the very, very technical, formal part of the rules of basketball. Like, dude, when I see somebody like kind of wrapped around, like Marcus Smart wrapped around Curry and reaching his arm in like the, dude, I'm so sore from basketball yesterday. Reaching his arm in and swatting like this at the ball. I don't know if the rule is how much body contact he's making with his torso, or if it's he has to make contact with his arms to be clarified or classified as a reach in. I don't know what the rule is, dude. Because I see Curry do that all the time and not get called. I see everybody do that shit. It can't just be when they decide. There has to be some type of definitive difference that I'm not aware of. I don't know. But a lot of people are asking the question rather, do the Warriors need more offensively out of Draymond Green to be able to win the finals? This dude averages like 6 points a game. And I understand that offense isn't just putting the ball in the basket. But he's probably averaging like 6.5, 7 assists for the series. That's what he averages all the fucking time. I don't know. And he's going to be setting his screens. He has been getting his offensive boards. What else are you possibly going to expect out of Draymond Green? I do not understand it. We know that he's inept in every single aspect of scoring the basketball. I don't understand why that's a topic of conversation in the media right now.
8 assists in game 4, 7 assists in game 2. Game 3, he fouled out, and it was
he had 5.
He had 3 and 4 boards. And in game 1, he had 5 assists with 11 boards. Let me see how many of those were offensive.
25 divided by 4 is 6.25. I was almost exactly right. That's crazy.
Dude, 3 offensive in game 1, 6 offensive out of 9 total for Looney.
In game 1?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude.
6 offensive boards.
Okay, so to bring it all the way back around, the first point that I wanted to make was Looney's impact and the rebounding. Those two guys, Looney and Wiggins, Looney was the best in the game at a plus 21. Steph, who apparently was the only Warrior that played well in game 4, was a plus 11. So that there's a 10-point disparity right there, which was the final score disparity. And then Wiggins was plus 20. I don't know why people don't look at it. Like the first stat that you look at should be plus minus for everyone. For everyone. It should be plus minus. Minutes plus minus.
It's actually funny you say that because like stat nerds in the NHL like want to eradicate that stat just because like in the NBA it's
less relevant. For an NHL guy, I feel like there's just like so many times you get on and off the ice.
The guys get pluses or minuses like if they just hopped on and they're like,
yeah, it's like I had nothing to do with that.
But at the same time, there is most of the time. No, if you're on the court, you're on the court for a certain amount of time and you're contributing, and it's defensively and offensively, and that I think plus minus is a really good stat in the NBA.
And then the one last thing I want to say about Looney, I don't know if you remember this, but the Celtics started off pretty good. It was 11-4. I was fucking boiling because Boston had gotten a couple rebounds that the Warriors should have gotten on the defensive end, and then they kept getting offensive boards. 11-4. Otto Porter started. Kevon Looney comes in, right? After 3 minutes, Steve Kerr, listening to me through the TV screen, puts in Kevon Looney, and the Warriors go on an 8-1 run. And all of a sudden, game in Boston, all of a sudden, instead of this game possibly being a 12 to 10 to 15-point deficit the entire game, keeping on that pace of them being up 7 every 3 minutes, now it's the Warriors are winning. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's going to be like a back and forth. Now we figured it out. Now we're going to have to jar it out. And that move early on completely changed the game. Loon always comes to play. He fucking works harder than everybody else when nobody's watching. Let's go.
I don't know if you already mentioned this. I really hope you didn't, but do you know who had the highest plus minus in game 4?
It was Looney.
21.
And Wiggins
Wiggins
was
had
second.
20. Yeah.
Yes, guys. Look at the rest of the Warriors.
Nothing. Except
Curry
for
was the
Steph.
only one.
Yeah.
All right, nice segue. Curry, 43 points. Jack, read off the stat line. You got it.
43 points. 10 boards. Quick double piece. 7 threes. 14 for 26, 53% from the field. 8 for 9 free throws. 2 of his boards were offensive. 11 plus minus. Is TOV turnovers? I thought it was just TO. It's five turnovers, but probably shouldn't have even included that, but
no, that's important.
But dude, I still think they're a little bit too reliant just scoring wise, because dude, obviously there's a lot of other factors about the offense, and it's not just about the points. But at the same time, big time Luka vibes. I knew that was gonna piss you off.
Dude,
just looking at the points category. That's it. Just looking at the points category. You got 2 guys that had just under 20. The rest of the team barely scored.
Okay, so 2 things. I had a thought literally like 25 seconds ago that someone was going to compare this to Luka. And it was literally you. So that's why that was my reaction. Second of all, the reason why it's not Luka is because I bet Curry's usage of the ball, like Luka's was probably around when he's on the floor and they're on offense, probably around like 70%. Curry's is probably around like 18 or 20. So it's not Curry ISO dribbling into fucking Neverland until the end of the shot clock and then shoving it over to one of his teammates. That's bullshit. We don't subscribe to that in the Bay. All right? Steph, and dude, he only got to the free throw line 9 times, right? Do you remember what happened at the end of the game? He shot 6 free throws in under 38 seconds. So really, he only went to the line 3 times. Okay?
And those 2 threes where he got mugged. The second one was really bad. It was like Tatum like coming in super late, literally pushing him down as he's in the air. No call.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't get calls on that, but my point is that Curry 14 of 26, so we'll say 14 of 27 was his actual shots taken in like with the free throws. You know what I'm saying? How they take away the shot attempt?
Yeah.
Okay, dude. I hate when I say, do you understand what I'm saying? And then someone's like, yeah. Like they actually do that bullshit. I hate it. Because I'm just clearly trying to rush out what I want to say. All right, dude. He only took 27 shots and he had 43 points. Dude, look at Tatum. Tatum had 23 on 23 shots.
He's literally
How many
bad.
shots did he take? How many shots did he take? And he had 23 points. See the disparity, dude? Curry had 20 more points and technically only 3 more shots with no free throws. He's money. And it's all catch and shoot. He's so fucking good. I hate when people talk about him like they know what they're talking about. Dude, how many times did we talk about during the season how he's not playing like confident Steph? He's not taking those shots. Bang! That's what we're seeing, bro. See how Gary Payton's like, oh, I'm wide open. But this dude's on fire. And the best ever. So I'm just going to wait till he gets behind me. Set a bullshit screen. Dude, Curry catches that shit. Quick dribble. It's up. That's it. Money. And those shots where Tatum fouled him on the way down or from the back, he's not taking that 3 months ago. He's taking that now, bro. He's fucking grooving. Draymond said, when Steph is talking shit to the fucking loser in the second row, and you're in trouble. Get the fuck up. It's Curry time, bro. It's money. That's it.
All right, now segue Jordan Poole.
Oh my God. Oh, dude, I was almost out of breath forever after that.
Because I took a whole bunch of notes, not a lick about JP3. The young mustache.
Wow.
Yikes.
That took a lot out of me. I'm like dizzy. All right. So Jordan Poole, 21 minutes. Dude, he plays a very, like, his role on the team is so, like, he has to understand it. It's easy to see, easy to understand. When Steph is off the floor, you need Poole and Clay on the floor. That's it. You get maybe Poole and Wiggins. But when Steph is off the floor, Jordan Poole is there to handle the ball, possibly create some type of play for somebody else or himself. That is it. And he adds another shooter off the dribble.
I still don't like him as a jump shooter.
Yeah, I'm becoming less of a fan as time goes on. But in 21 minutes, he shoots the ball 13 times. Goes 6 of 13, 2 of 7 from 3. He shoots 7 threes in 21 minutes. That's a lot, dude. And then, because he was on the floor not only with just him and Clay, but he was on the floor with Steph a couple times. And then only one rebound in 21 minutes and only one assist as the primary ball handler. Like, if this is, and then 4 fouls. What the fuck are you doing out there, dude? I like the guy. I think he's pretty cool. But not like that, but like, it's just, I like him.
Yeah.
He fits. He fits onto the team, and that's it. That's all I know about him. He fits. Cool. You're good. You're a cool guy now. But, dude, this is my comparison with him. That stat line, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw that stat line for D'Angelo Russell. Inefficient, a lot of usage, not a lot of assists, like not a lot of stats outside of points and shots taken, and fouls because he's inept defensively. I think that's a great comparison. And I think if in a perfect world where I decided what happened, if they didn't get rid of D'Angelo Russell and they got Wiggins and Poole didn't exist, I think that you could sub out perfectly D'Angelo Russell and Jordan Poole on this team. Especially the roles that they play on the teams that they're on now. They're almost the same. Get the fuck out of here. I'm fired up.
I definitely thought this was going to be like a positive thing about Jordan Poole, but
it's not that. Jordan Poole is only in his 3rd year. D'Angelo Russell is in his fucking 8th. So he needs to get his shit
I thought
together.
Jordan Poole was a rookie.
Dude, I've said on like 4 podcasts this year and in casual conversation, like the journey that Jordan Poole has taken in his career. And you just choose that other things in that exact moment in time are more important for your brain to retain. I'm rant mode, dude. I'm fired up about the Warriors. And game 5, here's the instructions for Steve Kerr, my mentee.
Your young Padawan.
Yeah. Hold on, it's almost done. I just realized it's a mirror, so this is. Can you read that? Read it out
loud. Play Kevon
Yikes.
Looney
Yikes.
30 plus minutes.
Curtain close. The boys are fucking buzzing. Wiggins is gonna get his time, dude. I like Otto Porter. I think he's a great guy. Hung out
I
with
love
him
that you said
0
Wiggins
times.
is going to get his time, and he had the most time.
Yeah,
by
dude,
like
he's
2
not
minutes.
going anywhere. There's no reason to take him off the floor ever. Curry's gonna get his time. Thompson is gonna get his time just based off of his career, like not necessarily. Dude, I feel like at a point in game 4, Thompson had 10 points in a row.
Clippy?
Am I tripping?
I think so.
Could be, yeah.
Some of the nicknames have been fire. The Seaport. Yes,
Loon Bug. Oh my god. Looney Tune, it's too easy. It's too easy. Moving on.
Steph's legacy.
Uh
I saw somewhere online that his finals MVP odds, I think, are greater than the Warriors' chances to win the series.
wait, what?
Like he has a better chance to win the MVP than the Warriors have to win the series.
Dude, it's probably just math.
It kind of makes sense though, because dude, there's no one really on the Celtics. Honestly, for like best player in the series for the Celtics, I would say either Marcus Smart or Jaylen Brown, just for consistency wise. But
dude,
Curry, regardless, no matter what, should get it. He's averaging 34 points a game in the finals. Oh, here we go. Jack makes a great point that 90% of people would agree with, but Joe's going to be like, no. I hate everything.
No, dude. No. Dude, Curry is averaging 34 points. That's great. I'm a huge fan of the guy. But for a team like the Celtics, who have been possibly disrespected for years now, and that have blown through 3 of the best teams in the NBA to get to the finals, if they beat the fucking Warriors and they don't get one of their guys an NBA Finals MVP trophy, that is fucking robbery. I think the Celtics, and dude, the Curry bet that you were talking about is probably just mathematically the Celtics' chances to win the series combined with Curry to win MVP. I bet you Curry to win MVP is like, if the Warriors won, is like minus 500 or more.
Maybe, I don't believe in going with tradition. I don't believe in, the team that won should have a guy that was on that team. Nobody's earned it. Steph.
Jaylen Brown.
But my thing is, finals MVP goes to the best player in the finals in the entire series. And dude, no one is even in the same stratosphere as Steph.
My thing is, dude, LeBron didn't get it. And this guy averaged like 35 and a triple-double. 35 and a triple-double.
Then that's robbery. Who got it that year?
Durant.
Then it's stupid. That's stupid award. Stupid award. Give it to the best player in the series. Don't give it to the best player on the winning team.
I kind of. It's so circumstantial, though, dude. It's so circumstantial.
No one is close to posting a triple-double like you're saying. Like Steph's points and scoring and shooting proficiency and playmaking, and he had 10 boards last game. His scoring alone is blowing everybody else's entire contributions out of the water. Everybody on the Celtics has been completely streaky. Smart's dropped 20 plus, and then he drops 2. Same thing with Horford. Yeah, and Horford's not a scorer, but he had 6 threes that one game and had 26. A lot of what the Celtics are doing to win these games is not sustainable.
Expand.
Well, game 1. See, this is the notes that I took. Game 1, winnable game for the Warriors. Steph had 6 threes in the first quarter. Tatum was 3 for 17 from the field. Big Horf had 26. Horf, Smart, and White had 15 threes combined. And the Warriors collapsed in the fourth quarter. They were ahead comfortably. And then they collapsed. I think that it was a minus 24 point differential in the fourth. The Celtics played out of their minds. Okay, congrats. You won game 1. Game 2, more of the Warriors style. They outscored Boston 21 in the third quarter. They were up 2 at half. Either they were up 2 or they were down 2 at half. I don't know how I took notes on that. Steph didn't even play in the fourth quarter. He had 29. Rebounding wasn't really a factor. It was really even.
Dude, that's huge. Steph not playing in the fourth quarter of that game.
I mean, I'm pretty sure because I think I had Steph to have 30 and to win the game, and he had 29.
So did I. With Tatum and Curry, and they both didn't play the fourth quarter, and they finished with 28 and 29.
For game 3, I wrote Boston getting calls. This was the ridiculous reffing game. Celtics
Dude,
are
these notes
team.
as you're watching it? All of these?
No, it's like I took these notes today.
Okay.
Boston getting calls. Celtics are a fast start team. They hit shots to start the game. They were up 33-22 at the end of the first. Tatum, Brown, and Smart all had 24 plus and at least 3 threes each. Boston had 9 more free throw attempts. Looney played under 17 minutes, and Boston out-rebounded by 16. So that game was all Boston. The refs and their guys were scoring, especially free throws. They were getting all the chances to win that game that they could.
Dude, my thing, hold on real quick. My thing, I don't know what, like, it's not like they got 16 fucking rebounds more than the Warriors in the fourth quarter or in the second half alone. Why wasn't Looney in the game?
Dude, it could be injury. I mean, that's complete random speculation, and that's me throwing a dart in the wind, I'll say. Like, we have no idea. Dude, Rob Will has been injured. Rob Will has had like a really bad knee or ankle like the whole series. He's like hobbling half the series. He had 4 blocks last game, like 12 boards. Like, guys are playing through injury. Maybe Looney needed some rest. I don't know what it is, but he's definitely part of the recipe of success. So let me get game 4 in. Boston getting every call still, in my opinion. I know we differ on that. Golden State was down 5 at the half. Wiggins had 17 points, 16 boards, massive game. Somebody in the panel after the game remarked that he had a 1960s-esque game. Some guy in the 1960s had like that kind of stat line consistent. I don't know. Isaiah Thomas brought that up. Looney played 28-09 off the bench. I guess you could say off the bench because the Seaport started, but he had 11 boards. Draymond, big game, 9 boards, 8 helpers, 4 steals. Steph dropped 43 with 10 boards and 7 threes. And hearing speculation, dude, pardon my take, I listened to. They have Hank Lockwood. He's the producer. He's a massive Boston all-around fan. So they're very Boston-centric. A lot of the other programs I listen to are very like F Golden State, F Draymond. So a lot of people are saying like the only reason that Golden State's winning end games is because the Boston is underperforming. I say the opposite. The only reason that the Celtics are winning any games is because they're overperforming. So Steph dropped 43. You could say Boston underperformed, but Smart had 18. Tatum and Rob Will had 11 and 12 rebounds. Tatum had 4 threes. Like those are pretty big numbers. Like how much would you say Marcus Smart averages career?
That's not fair, dude. This is like his 7th season. I think he's 27. He's 27 years old. I think that his career average is probably 10 points a game. But I think this year he averaged like 15. It's like, it's different.
I still think you don't ever expect Marcus Smart to drop 18 or 20 very often. And he's done it 3 times this series.
Dude, he's been doing it the whole playoffs. That guy's big time. He's a fucking dog.
He hits massive threes.
Yeah, dude.
Whenever he's wide open
man.
or like a big moment in the game, give that guy the ball.
He's not afraid to take it.
He's making plays. Okay, last thing I have on the NBA finals. We could talk about it as long as you want, but Draymond complaining about the refs, not the refs, the chanting, and his kid being at the game, or his kids being at the game, and his wife putting on social media that like it's not cool to scream like fuck Draymond in the crowd. That's apparently what they were chanting like the whole game or whatever in game 3. I know your kids are at the game. You can't complain about the fans. It looks so bad. It is such a bad look.
Do you think complaining about the fans and the words that they're using is worse than the fans fucking using those words?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a Boston fan for you.
Oh, like you wouldn't go to a Giants game and scream fuck you at the Eagles players. Like you have done that before.
Yeah, from the fucking top deck.
Oh my god, it doesn't make it.
Top deck in Giants Stadium is like 600 feet away from the fucking guy.
But
and
you still said
350 people in front of me, or thousands of people in front of me.
You still said it, and the only difference
yeah, but these people are saying it from like 20 feet away, or chanting it as a whole crowd.
That's what I'm saying, dude. The only difference is that you didn't have other people doing it with you. You still said it. You can't give that life. It's like when Russell Westbrook was like, I don't like when people call me Russell Westbrook. It's like, don't feed the joke. They're just going to keep doing it. And
dude, I think if Draymond can say that and he can get 1 or 2 fans banned, that's a win for him. That's the only reason why he would say it.
Nobody's going to get banned.
But if somebody did, people would stop. Because nobody wants to get banned. That'd be fucking brutal.
I just think it's a soft move.
All right, dude. I wanted to touch on. Sorry, I'm not trying to just like switch this up, but
you're good.
You're saying that you think that the Celtics are overplaying, like they're outplaying your expectations of them.
Yep.
Dude, just think about this. The Celtics have, I think Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are the only guys in the regular season that average over 20. I mean, dude, it's definitely awesome to have 2 guys plus on your team that average over 20. It's not that easy, but I don't really know how to word this. But like, if you have 3 guys that average 20, most of the time the rest of the guys can't create their own shots, are not going to give you more than like a great game for them where you're like, wow, that dude overplayed his expectations, is like 12 to 15 points. But they have Smart, Horford, Williams, and White. Grant Williams and White. Well, Grant Williams hasn't got a lot of minutes in this series, but he has had a lot of games in these playoffs where he's had like 18 points, 20 points. But my point is Derek White, Marcus Smart, and Al Horford have given them huge games. And the thing is, they are not creating their own shots. they are playing the same role that they play anyway, but they're just
hitting shots,
able to give you this much of production. So I guess it is overplaying to what you're saying, but I think that them having that threat all the time, like I think that they have that threat where, like, dude, Marcus Smart averages 15 points, but how many times in the past 10 games has he scored over like 22? Like, and that's something where he's just taking the shots that are given to him. It's not somebody's hurt and he's dominating possession. Like, it's none of those other factors. Dude, this team is really, really, really good. Really good.
They have all three of their, like, I'd say their top three, Smart, Tatum, Brown. All three of those guys are lethal with the pump fake, drive, pull up, elbow shot. Lethal. I don't know if they've missed more than twice, each of them. Dude, I mean, that's like a total exaggeration. Like, I don't know. It's just when I see Marcus Smart like throw a move on and then like start dribbling to the basket and then pull up, I'm like, that's in. Like, you don't even have to watch the rest of the play. Like, he made that.
Dude, it's funny you bring that up because that dude that I listen to now, Jason Tim from The Volume, break down the games. His stats that he has are crazy. Like, the one was Jason Tatum in wins in this series has taken 6 pull-up jump shots off the dribble. In losses, he's taken 10 each game. That's a lot. And he has not shot well. So, like, that's pretty much like almost the opposite of what you just said. But Jaylen Brown, on the other hand, is fucking money bags from that pump fake dribble, one dribble pump, like, pull up. He's fucking money. And Smart, dude, when he's able to get like pump fake drive on Steph or Poole, dude, he's like a Drew Holiday, where he's undersized, but he's really good in the post. So he knows how to get that little fade over his to his left shoulder or the little hook shot, dude. I don't know why he's not doing that more often. We didn't see any of that in game 4.
So what storyline, say the Warriors win in however many games, they win the finals. What storyline would piss you off more? The only reason that the Warriors won is because Tatum didn't play well, or the only reason that the Warriors won is because the Celtics were injured?
The injured one. Because all of these guys are clearly healthy enough to play. It's not like
it is the finals.
And dude, Steph got hurt. Peyton broke his fucking elbow in game 1, fractured his elbow, and 3-4 weeks later, he's playing in the finals. Porter's been dealing with an injury. Iguodala gets extremely limited minutes, but he is battling an injury. Looney, dude. Looney had an injury in the playoffs. I forget what it was, but he wasn't necessarily good. Dude, everybody's beat up. Draymond said it on his podcast last night that you go through an 82-game season and then a whole playoff run, you are not going to be 100%. No one is 100% at this point. And if they are, that's a fucking miracle. But yeah, the injury thing would piss me off more because Tatum, dude, he's only 24 years old. And the Warriors are pretty much putting their best defensive player on him or Jaylen Brown. So it's like, and there's reasons why he's not playing well. One of the reasons that guy said, Jason, he said, like, dude, I don't know if you noticed this too, but how many layups did Jason Tatum miss in game 4? A lot.
He's been generally missing a lot.
Yeah. But the layups, if you watch Jaylen Brown go to the rim, there's a lot of force, not like barreling down, like let's say LeBron, where he's bullying people out of the way. but
an
absorbing
unstoppable train.
contact and sometimes using it to his advantage. Jason Tatum, once he gets into the paint, is definitely avoiding the contact. That's why, like, his layups, he's like getting to the rim, crossing the free throw line, and then he's fading away from the basket instead of absorbing the contact and then being able to go straight up to the ball. So that's a huge fact. Like, dude, I think Tatum just isn't fundamentally playing well. Like, and that, I don't know. I feel like that's apparent to everybody. It's 6 turnovers, dude. It's 6 turnovers. In games that they win, he's averaging 11 assists. In games they lose, he's averaging 4. He needs to play the point forward position.
So it really sounds like the narrative going into this series is could the Celtics stop the Warriors offense? It kind of just sounds like now, can the Celtics keep up offensively?
Yeah, I mean, the Warriors offense is designed to get easy baskets, and then when that's not available, you have some of the best shooters to ever play basketball.
It's like I said to start. The Celtics are a fast start team. I feel like in their 2 losses, it's been either. Dude, I feel like in both wins for the Warriors, when it was coming down to like halftime, like 3 minutes left in the second, 1 minute left in the second, I've said to you, like, dude, it's only like 5 points. Like, they're only down 5. When the Celtics are winning the game, it kind of feels like I feel like in both wins, it was like, oh, they're up 12, and then they're up 3, and then they're up 15, and then they're up 4. But the Warriors just can't catch them because the Celtics had a great start and they just keep it going.
Yeah, definitely a good point. I mean, I am not comfortable, like, dude, with the Warriors, being a Warriors fan for this long with this specific team, I am almost always comfortable when they're down 10 because they can score that quickly and erase that deficit. But against this Celtics team, I haven't felt comfortable for a single second of this series, even when they're down 1. So, and that's a testament to how good the Celtics are. But I don't know, dude. This series is unbelievably nerve-wracking. I think that the Warriors have an advantage being at home for their own sake. The only problem is that the Celtics are, throughout the whole playoffs, better performing across the board on the road, which is fucking crazy. But it is what it is. I think they're now 8-3 on the road. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? So, dude, I don't even want to say any predictions for this game because it would be that the Warriors win, but I guess I already said it.
Yeah, I don't think it's really like it's 2-2. Like it's a best of 3. Like, I don't think predictions are in order. You're either taking a team in 6 or in 7. We're both the Warriors. I don't care if they win it in 6 or 7. I just want them to win it. So,
dude, I think that Steph will probably continue to play very well. Wiggins will continue to play very well. I think it's all up to who's on the floor for the Warriors.
Clay needs to keep scoring because he had a big game 4.
He did for sure. But other than that, Draymond will be Draymond. What we get out of him is what we're going to get. It's not predictable. The output on the stat sheet that you're going to get from Draymond, it's really just, dude, when he turns the ball over a lot and fouls a lot, he's a fucking serious detriment. But when he's not doing those things, because he's going to do what he does every game, which is distribute and play defense. But when he's turning it over and fouling on top of that, why is he on the floor type shit? But we're going to get what we get out of him. And I think if the Warriors can rebound and they play team basketball, I think that they win, dude. I don't think it's more sophisticated than that. They just need to fucking rebound. Because it sucks the life out of the Celtics. All right. I think I'm done. So fired up for tomorrow.
Game 5 tomorrow in San Fran. Over to the ice. My predictions were just a teensy weensy bit off. I had Edmonton in 7. Colorado
Tough shit.
swept. And I had Tampa in 7. Tampa wins 4 straight after dropping the first 2 in MSG.
Not surprised at all. The Lightning are clearly the better team. I think that the Rangers were deserving of the wins against Pittsburgh and Carolina, but I don't think that they stood a chance against the Lightning. I mean, obviously, once they're up 2-0, I was running my mouth about Vasilevskiy, but I think the stat that they put up was they scored 6 goals in game 1 and 7 in games 2 through 6. Oh, 8, 2 through 7. Wait, what?
I was gonna say they allowed 5 goals in their last 4 games, and this is an insane stat. Tampa has allowed in the playoffs at home. They've allowed 9 even strength goals, all to the Leafs.
No way.
All of them. Florida didn't get a single at home. In Tampa, they didn't get a single even strength goal. Neither did the Rangers.
Dude, the way that you said that stat at first, I thought it was not just at home. I thought it was the Panthers and the Rangers the entire series didn't score a 5-on-5 goal.
All right, well, that's just insane. The Rangers had 6 goals in the first game.
I mean, dude, that stat that you said though is insane.
Leafs fans, dude. Leafs fans are driving me crazy right now. For that stat, there's the classic. All right, so I want to hit this first. We looked at the Celtics and we looked at who they played. And it's like, yeah, they totally deserved it. They knocked off KD and Kyrie, and then they played the reigning champs, and then they played Jimmy and his crew. 3 phenomenal basketball teams. The Nets, not so much, but 2 great players. And we give them all the credit in the world. Tampa, dude, you pretty much went through like 3 of the top 6 teams in the league to get to the final. The Rangers finished with like the 6th best record. The Leafs finished with like the 3rd or 4th. The Panthers had the best record in the league. Unbelievable. And there's this. So Leafs fans are all like, well, we came closest to beating them. We're the only team that took them to 7 games. Goals for and goals against. I think Tampa outscored the Leafs by 1 goal in the entire series, like when you count everything up. And the other series, they kind of like blew the other teams out just goal wise. But they're like riding the coattails of like, oh, we should be in the finals and all this stuff. You still haven't made it out of the first round in 18 years.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, dude. Shout out to the Rangers, though. Shesty had quite the run, dude. Unbelievable. Tough way to lose in game 6. Really tough. You let up the first goal halfway through the game, and then I think it was in the 3rd period when the rest of the goals happened, but
3rd period, 6 minutes left and 38 seconds. The Rangers score on the Peepers. And like 20 seconds later, Stammer the Hammer with like a leg bounce on an ISO.
And of course, people slow it down. Slow motion is the detriment of all credit. Everybody's like, "Oh, Shesty should have had it. He fucked up. He should have gloved it. He should have closed his glove." And you're watching like in slow motion, his hand is going like this. It's like he's trying to catch it, and everybody, "Oh, he fucked up." The puck goes into. He makes a great glove save on a ripper by one of the best goal scorers in the league. Sneaky 100 points this year, Stammer the Hammer. Makes the glove save, doesn't close his mitt fast enough, shoots out of his glove, goes off Stammer's leg, and just like you said, like 20 seconds later, they're right back in the lead. That's a killer. That's an absolute killer.
Because, dude, they were working so hard to score the whole game. What is that? 55 minutes or 54 minutes they were working to get a goal. And holding the Lightning to 1. Like that game, considering they weren't scoring, like that game could have been 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. But Shesterkin played well. But then for that, it's like you finally score, and then to get immediately erased, you just feel like everything you worked for was for nothing. I mean, it was.
And it doesn't look great having like a 900 save percentage. Like that's not awesome. Like even in the regular season, you want your goalie to be around like a 910 to like a 920, anywhere in that range. Like that's pretty good. It was more about the gravity of each save. I think I'm actually. Yeah, no, no, the Lightning had 31 shots on goal. So that means if he let up 2 goals, that's
definitely over 90%.
Yeah, no, I calculated it wrong. But before we get into the Stanley Cup Finals, we're gonna do predictions for that. I just want to make a little note on how teams are built. So in hockey circles, the most coveted position usually, besides the goaltender, is the right defenseman, the right-handed defenseman. I don't know why. I guess righties, there's less righties than there are lefties, and that's just an old adage, but I just want to like analyze a couple teams, like how they're structured. We're just going to look at the top forward, the top defenseman, and the goalie. So starting with Tampa, Kucherov, Hedman, Vasilevskiy. Unbelievable. Each of them top 5 player at their position in the sport.
Dude, before you move on, Kucherov is unfucking believable at playing hockey. Like I've never watched him play. I didn't watch the Lightning Leaf series. Like I think I watched maybe
because it was the same days and 30 minutes start time apart from the Bruins games.
Makes sense. And then I didn't really watch the Florida Tampa series at all. I mean, it was only 4 games, and I'm sure that there was probably something else on, like basketball or something that I was watching instead.
Yeah.
But dude, he is thanks. Sleepy Joe, you said we were gonna see him. That's funny. I've just never seen him play, and just like his control of the puck, and dude, I bet like 60% of their goals where they either tied it or went up 1, he had the primary assist. Like he just makes shit happen. And then he's also a fucking sniper.
Yeah.
He's good shit, man. I really like him. He's a
dirty fuck, but yeah.
Oh yeah, he shot it at Shesterkin with 1 second left.
Yeah,
at the end of game 5.
Yeah. They were like comfortably in the lead, and he like just took that shot. And, like big scrum, and Stammer's getting punched in the face, and it's like, thanks, Cooch. Like, great job, dude. Love it. Next team, Colorado. McKinnon, McCarr, Kemper. Dude. I mean,
Is Kemper healthy?
Top 3 player at each position, and then Darcy Kemper. He backed up Francouz in the game 4 of that series. So if you're backing up, you're considered to be like healthy enough to start, but they just didn't want to mess up Francouz's rhythm. Dude, their goaltending is their downfall. I'm going to run through a couple more teams. Edmonton, McDavid, Nurse on defense, and Mike Smith. Yikes.
Yeah.
Toronto, again, goaltending is their issue and defense. I mean, Morgan Riley's a hell of a defenseman, but he's like a Charlie McAvoy light. And then Austin Matthews, probably the MVP this year. And then Jack Campbell. Like it's very understated how important a goalie is because there's so little amazing goalies in the NHL.
There's also very little room for error.
Yeah.
So if you're not on the top of the game, not your game, but the game, it could mean a loss.
The Rangers were as structurally sound, like built, that you're going to see in the playoffs compared to the Lightning. It's Shesterkin, number 2 in the world as a goalie. Adam Fox won the Norris last year, and you got a bunch of firepower on offense. That's probably their downfall. Like I said, dude, I think I predicted this. They're going to have another Lundqvist on their hands where it's like, this guy's playing his ass off. He's an incredible goalie. He's one of the best in the world. He just can't get at the goal scoring support. The Lightning held the Rangers to 5 goals in their last 4 games. You gotta keep scoring.
Dude, so like, you know how the Rams in the NFL have been like, they go to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff, and then you're like, all right, well, that was when McVay was still a coach, and you're like, all right, you know, this team clearly is built to be able to contend for a championship, but Jared Goff was the big question mark for whatever reason, dude. I remember him having a monster year that year, and he brought them to the Super Bowl. Same thing with Jimmy G. I don't know what that's about, but what they do is like you take a team that did really well. The 49ers actually did the same thing, where you go far in the playoffs, you realize you're this close to a championship, and instead of trying to run it back with the same team, you load up like more with stars. Like somehow you find a way to get that extra piece of, it's very difficult to do.
Who did the 49ers add like that?
I think Jalen Ramsey wasn't on the team at that point.
The Niners? He's never been a Niner. Jalen Ramsey?
Didn't the Niners load up on defense?
They have Nick Bosa.
I'm pretty sure that they loaded
The
up
only
on
guy I know.
defense. And Debo happened. But anyway, and Mostert, dude, they have a really good offense. Anyway, dude, the Rams is my point, though.
Dude, I'm pretty sure they traded Mostert.
I know they did.
No, like Elijah Mitchell was their guy last year.
Exactly.
No,
But
I'm
Mostert
just
started the
saying.
year.
I know what you're saying because the Rams was a great example. Like you're missing that one piece. Like this quarterback, we just know. Like, yeah, you might be in your 3rd, 4th year, and this team has a lot of success with you. We just know you're not the guy. We need to get our guy. And the Lightning the Avalanche tried to do that this year. They've had year after year super sus goalies, just that being their main downfall every single time. And they get Kemper from the Coyotes. Kemper's like an aging veteran goaltender, but he's He's been showing it year after year, posting a great goals against, posting a great save percentage, and they thought he was the guy. And yeah, he's run into some injuries, and there's no reason to think that he's not the guy still. But you're going up against Vasi. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, but dude, it's the Avs. It's the fucking Avs.
Oh, okay. So
I
I guess we're split on this because I think the Lightning are three-peating.
I got the Avs.
Love it. I wrote down here, I want Colorado to win, but my gut is telling me TBL wins third in a row.
I got the Avs.
So
I got the Avs.
forward depth, if Point is back, relatively even. I'd give a slight edge to the Avs.
Wait, before you start this, you're gonna go through all the positions.
Yeah.
Just before you start this, I brought up the Rams point to say the Rangers, dude. The Rangers were pretty much this close to going to the fucking cup. I don't know how good they've been in recent memory, but I feel like if they add somebody, then like just like you said, that score, somebody who can go get you one, that changes everything for them. That's all I wanted to say. Thanks for letting me share.
That's the case with a lot of teams at this point with dude, Nazem Kadri. There's gonna be an absolute bidding war for this guy. His deal is up with the Avs. There's no way that they're gonna be able to retain him. They're like kissing the cap ceiling, the Avs. They're so close. There's no way they're gonna be able to re-sign him, especially with McKinnon's contract is up this year, I think. The Bruins and the Rangers are like two teams that really, really need Nas. Krejci might be coming back, and the Bruins still might be trying to get Nas. Bergeron, people are speculating now that he might be coming back for like $1 million if Krejci comes back. But you brought up a good point. The Rangers, I think that they're lacking that scoring depth, but then you look at the lineup and the makeup of everything. It's like, yeah, it was a great ad to get Andrew Kopp, but you really need a center, like really bad. Ryan Strome is not cutting it. He could be a great third line center. He is not a 2C. He's pretty much Eric Halla, I would say. Ryan Strome,
You
Eric
hate
Halla.
Eric Halla sometimes, dude.
It was very apparent. Like, dude, he came over from the Canes or somebody like not that the Canes are a bad team, but like he was a depth forward on like an average team for a while. I think he actually came from the Preds. He's not a second line center, especially when we got used to Krejci year after year after year after year. Eric Halla is not a second center. I don't think Ryan Strome is either. You add a guy like Nazem Kadri to the lineup, you got Nas with Panarin, and then you run back that same top line with Zibby and Kreider.
The Zibber Bins. Yes, man.
That's going to be a force to be reckoned with because the Rangers' defense, depth-wise, too, is pretty good. How many times did I say K-Andre Miller is an animal? He plays top pair with a Norris defenseman. Ryan Lindgren. Marchand said he's going to do nothing with his career and he's going to suck. And he was wrong. That's the only time I'll ever say Marchand is wrong.
Dude, pump the brakes. What's like Lindgren is not all that, bro. Chill.
Dude, he played significant minutes and played really well this postseason. Tough MF.
Significant minutes. Yeah. I know a lot of guys that play a lot of minutes in a lot of sports and don't produce. I didn't hear you say anything about what he produced.
He's not a point guy. He's a little things guy. He's a zone exit guy. He's a hits guy. He's a takes hits guy. He's a shot blocker. I hate his beard so much. Back to the Stanley Cup Finals. Pure speculation, but forward depth, if Point is back, which I think he will be, the Cup Finals start on Wednesday. I think they're relatively even in the forward depth. I'd give the edge to the Avs just a little bit, but two high flying offenses that can get a lot done. Defensively, when you're talking about like offense and contributions from the decor on the score sheet, Colorado, but systemically and defensively, Tampa Bay all the way. And when you're going to goalie, last thing, Vassie's a god. That's what I wrote down. It doesn't even compare. Kemper's a top 10 goalie. Vassy is the goalie. Tampa in 6.
I got the Rads. I got the Rads in
the Avs, and you're calling them the Rads because Colorado.
The Rads. Oh, dude, I'm saying Rads in 6. They win it in Tampa. Lot of children crying. Yes, buzz. Go Avs. Go Nate McKinnon. I love him more than I love Kucherov.
Kucherov's pretty hard to love. He's pretty scummy.
Are you calling me scummy because he's scummy?
No. A lot of people are saying you're going to talk about the Conn Smythe for a little bit. Cale Makar, potentially the best player in the world. That's what Wayne Gretzky's saying. Cale Makar. Nathan McKinnon. Andrei Vasilevskiy. Nikita Kucherov. These guys are all up for the Conn Smythe. Who's your pick?
What's the Conn Smythe?
Finals MVP.
Oh, Kadri.
I think he's out for the playoffs.
That's so funny.
It's actually not funny.
Yeah, it's actually really bad. But damn, dude, that affects what I think is gonna happen. All right, I got the Rads in 7. They have home court, right?
Yeah, I think so.
They have the best record in the NHL except for the Panthers. Does that matter in hockey?
No, they have home ice.
Yes. Yeah. Colorado in 7. Cale Makar, Conn Smythe.
All right. I have Andrei Vasilevskiy.
That's an easy way out answer. No balls.
Wow. Sorry to the listeners for that absolute dead silence. Shout out COD. I just want to finish up this pod with how grateful I am to both of my favorite winter sports for how each finals ended up.
Yes, guys.
You have probably the most watchable and fun teams and the teams that deserve it the most making it to the finals. The Rangers were a little bit of a Cinderella story. Let's not lie there.
Cinderella.
And Colorado, they for 3 years they've deserved to be in this spot, and they are hungry.
Hungry. Say it. Say it. Say the whole thing.
Chuck, you getting hungry? I'm getting hungry. I think we're getting hungry.
Yeah.
That'd be
That's
terrible.
nice.
And then the Celtics and the Warriors. I think we both said not for the Warriors, but for the Celtics going into the playoffs, we were like, I could totally see them going to the finals, and like I'm gonna root for them to go to the finals. We didn't know that the Warriors were gonna be back, but
Yes,
definitely spoiled as fans this year.
yeah,
This
I
is-
feel really spoiled.
This is like for the NBA, like legendary matchup, like two massively great teams. The Celtics have deserved it for years. The Warriors are back. The Colorado has deserved it for years. The Lightning are back. It's definitely I just feel so spoiled. I'm grateful. Thank you, Mr. Silver. Thank you, Mr. Bettman. They say that May and June are the best times of the year for sports. And with PGA being as interesting as it is now, I'm going to have to agree.
I was going to say the MLB. Yankees are up 8 games on the second best team in the AL. You want to talk about fantastic? Look no further. These are the New York Yankees. Aaron Judge leading the MLB in home runs with 24 while batting, I believe, a career high 317. Here incoming. It's too early to tell, birds. I understand.
Well, okay, that's a career high.
Dude, it's like his
are you seriously
year.
coming at me with that?
Dude, he's strikeout king every year. He probably bats 250 on average.
The 3 top hitters for the Red Sox all have better averages than that.
I thought you were looking up Judge's career stats.
No, dude, Devers is batting 335 this year. Martinez is batting 347, and Bogarts is batting 321.
Yeah, they're also 12 and a half games back in their fucking division. So
because they don't have a closer, dude.
Because they don't have a closer. That's an insane thing to say.
That's what everyone says that's a Red Sox fan, so I'm just going with it.
Yeah, all of them are retarded. Too far.
No, dude, I just hate that you haven't watched baseball in like 10 years and you are fully on the train just because your team is good. Nope.
All right, so this is Judge's 7th season. Didn't think he was in the league for that long. And his career BA is 280. He has bat 287, 257, 272, 278, and 284. So yeah, dude, his current 313 batting average, it's pretty freaking sick. And right now he's leading the league in runs, home runs, slugging, OPS, OPS plus, TB, and IBB.
So you don't even know what half those stats are. Dude, I missed a parlay today. I added Trevor Story to get a hit in the parlay.
And Red Sox player let you down.
Devers got a hit. He got an RBI. The Red Sox covered, and Story didn't get a hit. And then the other parlay was just Red Sox money line and Verdugo to hit a home run, and he didn't hit a home run. So I missed both parlays by 1 piece. Now I still have Mets -1.5 that I parlayed with Yankees -2.5. Yankees won 18-4.
Yes, man!
A big night from the Mets. Oh, I have 2 parlays where I need them to cover. And I could be up 60. So follow us on Instagram at CINQ Boys. We have a YouTube channel. Listen to us on Spotify. Follow me on Twitter. I need some followers at BruinsJC. I'm a pretty decent follow. I
Yeah,
think
I
if you
think
look
so.
through my likes, you'd laugh.
I already am laughing. Dude, I'm so tired. Can you
Yeah,
see
I
in
can
my
tell.
eyes? Was that a shot?
If you want to take it that way.
Dude,
What?
nothing. Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
It's need. John Mayer.
Need.
It's need.
Whose need?
Say what you need to say, not say what you want.
Oh, sorry. All right. Wrap it up.
I just did. See ya.